morning, and let's say hello and a very good morning to my one and only Anthony Grant, my favorite, my loved one, who joins me daily. Who joins me? Yeah, I'm pumping.
The love is shared.
The love is shared.
Yes, it is.
Who joins me daily to tell me everything I might have missed while I was scanning the headlines about Syria.
Yeah, well, here's a non-Syrian headline
Thank
for
Allah.
you. Thank Allah. Thank whoever.
Yeah.
Thank Gaga. Thank Saudi Arabia if you're a town in Palestinian areas, I should say. The Jerusalem Post reports that Saudi Arabia is donating $200 million to $200 million to prevent Judaization of Palestinian cities. This is their word. Now, $200 million is kind of a drop in the bucket when you think of all the aid that they've given to Egypt.
And for Saudi Arabia, that's not that much money.
Right, but it's kind of symbolic, and they're working on water projects, infrastructure, and also according to the story, to prevent Judaization. So it's not really the best way to make friends with the Israeli government.
Right, and
but,
I think we have to, Judaization, by that you mean, no more settlements rather than, coming in and teaching everybody how to make chicken soup. But it's basically it's combating the Israeli settlements that are have been sprouting there since 1967.
I think it's largely symbolic,
and
coming right before a Jewish holiday.
And also to the renewed peace talks that in that respect they're stating their agenda, they're stating their their affiliation.
Yeah, and also working with the organization of the Islamic Conference, which is something that was cited by John Kerry as being along with the French a new American. A renewed American ally of sorts. So it's political. It's quite political.
Lovely, the chessboard that is where we live. What else?
So is France. Yes, delightful France.
Speak some French.
Le Monde.
Le Monde. Okay.
Le Monde, preeminent French newspaper, the New York Times of France. It reports that there's a record number of homophobic acts in France this year.
France as well.
I'll say it in French if you want.
Please do.
Record de témoignages de victimes d'homophobie. It sounds nice, but it's really ugly. Now, this is coming on the heels of France passing the mariage pour tous, or basically gay marriage bill or act, in April. No matter, bullying and beatings in schools are up.
Do we know how much the authorities are combating that? Is there any kind of...
There are mechanisms in place that if people are experiencing violence or whatever, they can report it, and then authorities can act on that. And France is very good with that. But it's just crazy that, I think, according to the report indicates, in the first 6 months of this year already, the number of there's been 2,000 reported acts.
What is going on with Europe in terms of, we've seen Russia pass all these anti-gay laws. There's sort of this move backwards in many ways to the 50s.
Yeah, it's very, and France of all countries, which is a champion of progressive legislation and Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen going way back.
Yeah.
And but it is a complicated society. It's not, France is like the United States. There's amazing things that happen, and also kind of depressing social trends. Anti-Semitic acts are certainly
have also been on the rise in the last couple of years.
So reported in Le Monde, and we'll see what happens with that as time goes on.
What else?
Foreign Policy blog reports that French spies. French spies. It sounds cool, right? Provide new details on Assad's chemical weapons program. Actually, anything.
Okay, I'm sorry. I mean, not to make light of a very intense story that we've been covering for the past week. A French spy. I don't know why that sounds to me like the beginning of a joke.
Anything. I mean, it's like French champagne, French cheese, French kisses.
French kiss?
And French spies. But actually, two salient details here, which I think may have missed some big headlines. One is that the French spying agencies claim that they are only able to confirm 281 casualties that were directly a result of the gas attacks on August 21st. They estimate that the higher amount of 1,429 deaths is probable, but not verifiable. And this is according to their best intelligence estimates. So that is quite interesting. Also, they say that according to their information, that Assad used the gas because of course, it's a heinous and cruel and unforgivable act, but he was probably fearing an assault on Damascus, and he used it for a strategic purpose.
For deterrence.
For deterrence. So it's not
'Cause
like
this was a neighborhood around Damascus.
yeah, like a suburb basically, and so a very calculated act, and not as wanton and indiscriminate, even though heinous and outrageous.
Right, but
and
still.
could that factor into American political decision making? We'll see.
We'll see. But, again,
Yeah.
irrespective of what the cause and how many died, still
But the
a
devil
heinous
in the
crime.
details when
When that
heat
comes.
up.
What else?
The Washington Times, not the Washington Post, but the Washington Times reports that cruise missiles are unlikely to deter the Syrian regime, analysts say. The analysts are some retired American military brass who are coming down hard, or at least critically speaking against the utility of these cruise missiles to actually
the big
do
question
anything.
of what is the point of an attack if he is not deposed?
Exactly.
Anything
So,
other than Syria, honey?
South China Morning Post.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a video game out there called Whore of the Orient.
What?
Yeah. I'm not talking about me.
Stop.
But
No,
yeah,
you say a line like that.
I mean, but it's a politically incorrect game, a computer game which is raising the hackles of the Chinese community in Australia and of China itself. And there's
Whore of the Orient.
Whore of the Orient.
Okay.
It's they depict two people who are, in that picture who are playing, I guess, in this interactive game. And it just, Australia is not always the most politically correct of nations when it comes to let's just say a reference to ethnic groups that are not Australian. So,
Right.
and it's reported.
I think it's reported. I'm stuck with the Whore of the Orient. I can't get that out now in my head.
Orient. Orient itself these days is not even the most politically correct way to refer to Asia or Asians. So
Okay.
they just went full whammy. And,
Let's see. Moving on from the bordello that is the Orient, and what else? What do you have for me last?
A little Brazilian action for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the New York Magazine.
Happy holidays, everyone. Yeah.
There's that picture that you love.
Greenwald.
Of
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's David Miranda,
Yeah.
who is Glenn Greenwald, the Guardian reporter's boyfriend. And New York Magazine reports that this guy, who was detained for 9 hours in Heathrow
So he
a
was
couple weeks
carrying
ago,
58,000 classified
was
documents?
apparently on electronically,
Of course.
carrying 58,000 classified documents with one handwritten password. Now, the UK intelligence sources are saying that actually he was this posed a security threat to
Right.
the UK because of what he had. And so it's heating up again. It's like this sort of on again, off again outrage with the whole leaking affair.
Yeah,
and
not
the
letting it
intelligence.
go.
Not letting
Definitely
it
letting
go. And Glenn Greenwald is coming out on Twitter saying this is a lie. He didn't have a password. It wasn't. He's trying to minimize it. I
yeah.
think there could be some legal action still going on there.
And possibly, just trying to not cover up, or the phrasing is wrong. Of again, stopping people in airports in this day and age and trying to deter away from the whole leaking and how much do they know about us. But I'm getting tangled completely.
Yeah, but
in the information.
basically it's this story is on a loop, but it's very significant to watch what happens because is anyone going to recant? Will the UK say, oh, we made a mistake?
Or not.
According to this, it sounds like they're saying, no, we did it, we knew exactly what we were doing, and we would do it again.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Tony, Grant, love having you in the first hour and coming up in the second hour as well. See you soon.
Thank you.